Everyone, welcome back. So, Fire Force ending explain what happens to Shinra in the finale. Fire Force has finally come to an end after a long and ambitious 7 year journey, and surprisingly, it sticks the landing in a way most anime don't. What started as a relatively straightforward story about firefighting soldiers battling infernal slowly evolved into something much bigger, touching on themes like despair, hope, death, and even the meaning of existence itself. So, let's break down exactly what happened to Shinra in the finale and why this ending is so impactful. By the final season, most of the major battles are already over. Arthur defeats Dragon, Shinra's allies overcome powerful doppelgangers, and for a brief moment it feels like humanity might actually survive the great catalysm. But there's one still final one obstacle, Home and the mysterious evangelist. To end everything once and for all, Shinra and his brother Sho travel to Adola, the source of all this chaos, for the final battle. Inside Adola, things take a dark turn almost immediately. Even with their Adola burst power, Shinra and Sho can't defeat Home. She is empowered by the evangelist and can even summon the abilities of the fallen pillars like Iris and Inca, making her nearly unstoppable. But the real twist, the evangelist isn't just a being, it represents humanity's collective despair and its hidden desire for death, and that flips everything. Shinra, who represents hope, is suddenly seen as the villain because he is denying humanity the release of death. Despite this, Shinra refuses to give up, but then Ume pushes him to the edge. She creates a doppelganger of Captain Obi and forces Shinra to watch as Obi is killed. That moment completely breaks him. Shinra falls into despair, loses control, and the great catalysm restarts, turning the entire world into a blazing sun. At this point, everything is lost. Shinra is consumed by rage. He is ready to destroy everything. But then Arthur intervenes. Attacking from space, Arthur reminds Shinra of who he really is, a hero who never gives up. That moment reignites Shinra's hope, and then something incredible happens. Shinra and Sho's mother, Mary, appears, revealed to be the evangelist doppelganger. With their family finally reunited, Shinra realizes the only way to overcome despair is to create an even greater symbol of hope. Through soul resonance, Shinra, Sho, and Mary fuse together in a godlike entity. Shinra Bansho Man. In this form, Shinra becomes powerful enough to defeat Home and even reshape reality itself. He stops the catalysm and brings humanity back. But here's the twist, he doesn't restore the world exactly as it was. Instead, Shinra changes the very rules of reality. He makes the world slightly more cartoonish and reduces the weight of death and despair so humanity is no longer consumed by it. This shift changes everything. Hume, who had lost faith in humanity, finally sees hope again. With that, Shinra eliminates the evangelist for good. But before everything ends, he does one more thing. He creates a god to watch over humanity and ensure balance. That god removes pyrokinesis entirely, ending spontaneous combustion forever. In the aftermath, Shinra builds a new organization to protect this strange new world alongside his former Fire Force allies. Life moves forward. Years later, we see his legacy continue through his son. But the biggest reveal comes much later. Fire Force is actually a prequel to Soul Eater. Centuries in the future, the world evolves into the one we recognize from that series. Lord Death, Kid, Maka, Blackstar, and Soul, all of them exist because of the world Shinra created. And that's what makes this ending so powerful. It doesn't just wrap up Shinra's story, it connects two universes while delivering a message about hope, overcoming despair. In a genre where endings often fall apart, Fire Force manages to stay bold, emotional, and surprisingly complete. And in the end, Shinra doesn't just save the world, he rewrites it. Thank you for watching. Bye.